Whether a sign is Chatushpath, human or insect or watery,
Yeah.
that thing should be learned along with the result that should be told for the same.
Yeah.
Only when we learn things
Yeah.
along with its application,
Yeah.
that becomes useful to us and also stick to our mind.
Yeah.
Got the point clear?
Yeah.
And the mixing of karagatas, that is another thing.
Yeah.
This also should be done in an intelligent way,
Yeah.
considering this point. Otherwise, we may make a mistake. For example,
This intelligence in mixing is missing in other institutions. That's why I tell them fake. Because in Delhi there is a saying that nakal mein bhi akal lagti hai. To copy something you need to be intelligent. These people who run astrology courses, they copy things but they are not intelligent enough to segregate between the chaff and the grain. That is the problem.
yes,
Okay, so the application of intelligence in mixing.
So the point I am saying is that assume that sun
Yeah.
is in Gemini.
Yeah.
Now assume that in some scenario
Yeah.
you have to mention an animal
Yeah.
that would be indicated by the sun in
Gemini.
Gemini.
Yes.
Now you cannot mix it like that is a Nar sign, a human sign,
Yeah.
and Leo is sun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Leo is lion.
Yeah.
So it is Narasimha.
Yeah.
Like
as many fake Facebook paramparas and internet paramparas do.
you cannot mix it like this.
Yeah.
But instead,
Yeah. Yes.
the thing is that sun
Yeah.
indicates many animals. Like it can indicate Leo, lion,
Yeah.
tiger,
Yeah.
leopard. Or actually, sun and Taurus is leopard.
Yeah.
Then it can Manshurasho, Surya, Vanara, Bidala, Nagulana.
Yeah.
Any sun posited in says Krishna.
Yeah.
Sun
posited in a human sign.
Posited in a human sign
Can
indicates Vanara, which is monkey. Bidala means cat, and Nagula, mongoose.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a human sign.
Yeah.
But then again, out of these three, if what should be told, then the answer will come. Sun in Gemini is Bidala, cat. Why? The Mercury,
Yeah.
which is the lord of the Gemini, indicates cat, as well as Sun in human sign indicates cat. That is why only cat should be told.
And no other planet, no other animal.
In usual scenario, the most emphasis,
Yeah.
you cannot say no other, but still in most of the situations, this gets higher precedence, higher importance, higher chance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's instead of Narasimha, it is cat which should be told.
Yeah.
Okay, so why so? Because the result comes from the side through the house, through the planet. If all three support the same thing, then only that result will come out.
Yeah. Let me tell you the application of this thing. The example means to say that if someone comes to you and asks a prashna, where is the milk that I put here? Instead of telling that Narasimha came and ate and drank the milk for you and he will bless you, you have to tell that cat came and she drank the milk for you. So this is a huge difference between a true tradition and a fake tradition. I don't know how Narasimha comes to earth and gives darshan to many people over Facebook nowadays. However, so this is the application of intelligence in mixing.
Yeah, that means science and their significance.
Yeah.
House, its significance.
Yeah.
Planets and its significance.
Yes.
Are always important. Or you can always count other platform as well, like nakshatras and its significance. So, which is a forgotten tradition. The placement of nakshatra, planet in nakshatra.
Now, sir, although from your answers I have 4 questions in my mind, but right now the 5th question came, and I am very much forced to ask this. You told about nakshatras. Okay, the prime Jataka is Brihat Jataka. Okay, does Brihat Jataka ever mentions a nakshatra in the complete text?
Yes, I think.
Where?
Kalangani Varankam Annam, no, not in that. Kala Purushasya Avayaval Kalpanam, so exact sloka will come to my mind. See, in the first chapter, fourth or fifth sloka, it says about the Navamsha and.
Yeah, the Navamsha calculation is not given directly, but it is given in accordance with the nakshatra.
Yes, and there it is told that the 27 nakshatras, you need to check the.
Are divided into four different parts that are given to Rashis from Aries to Pisces and repeated thrice.
Yes, so that is there given. And then Ishashila Adhyaya is included in. Ishashila means Nakshatra Shila. That chapter is included in several versions of Brihat Jataka. So obviously nakshatras are definitely mentioned in Brihat Jataka.
So I asked this question to make the background of the first of the four questions that I had in my mind. You told that this Rashi Graha results are to be told in Varga charts too. That is what you told. Now the thing is, there are a lot of darkness on how to read a divisional chart. Okay. Although I have a course over this, but the course is not yet started. It will start soon. So, what people do, the people who have written books, there are very few books on divisional charts. Astrologers who know divisional charts are very rare. People bloating that they know divisional charts, people making fake claims that they know divisional charts are many in plenty over Facebook. So the thing is how the divisional charts are used nowadays is house planet result. Okay, it is like Sun is in the 8th house of the Navamsha. So 8th house is second house from the 7th house. So the father will cause the divorce and all these things. It is used. But as you have said, because you are a traditional astrologer coming from a traditional parampara, remembering the shlokas by his heart, you told with pramana, with shloka, that it is not house planet result to be told in divisional charts. It is a Rashi planet result to be told in a divisional chart.
No, I never said so.
Okay.
So when I speak about Vargas, I am not speaking about Varga charts.
Okay.
Don't mix these two. These two are different. Yes.
So this was the thing. Okay. Now, what is the difference between a Varga that Varamira Prasha mentions and the Varga Chakra that people make?
When Vargas are always divisions of a sign. Sign is the first Varga. If you divide sign into two Hora. If you divide a sign into 3, it is Drekana. Like there is a beauty as well. 1,
5, 9.
1, 1.
Okay. That is structural beauty.
And
Yes.
actually in a 1, 2, 1 that even actually total Merupastara you can find out from this.
Yes. We will anyway, upload an article on
so
this.
that is a different thing. Now my point is that a sign can be divided into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, any number of pieces. Pieces. Those parts are called amshas. Or divisions.
Yes.
Since the longitude of the same can be found by multiplication as well, they are also known by the name Vargas or multiples. Okay, let's go by the name divisions, which is more meaningful. Means expresses the idea. When the sages speak about an amsha and a placement of a planet in an amsha,
in that amsha,
they will only speak about one planet and its placement in
that amsha, in that particular amsha.
That amsha. Okay. So they will never consider all the amshas together. They are not considering all the amshas together, and they are not considering all the planets together. And if only you consider all the amsas, all the planets together and find its position in one Amsaka chakra which you are draw separately, then only Amsaka chakra comes into play. None of the rishis are saying about speaking about Amsaka chakra at all. They are all speaking about Amsas only. And another thing, there are in Amsas also there are two traditions. Two traditions. One is the use of Dwadasa Vargas.
I will come to that tradition.
One minute.
Yeah.
So there is Dwadasa Vargas, and then there is the Vargadhiva use system. Like Vargadhiva, Shadvargadhiva, Saptavargadhiva, Desavargadhiva, Shodasavargadhiva, all there, only lots are considered, not the actual Vargas or actual divisions, actual Amshas. So,
can you please simplify the same thing?
Dwadasa Varga or Dwadasa Amsha system and Dwadasa Varga means Shodasa Vargadhiva systems are two systems which are accepted by the sages. Okay, based on the lots and based on the Amsha. Now, drawing chart separately is a system, or this Varga chart system is something that came into practice recently and has got a tradition of around 400 years only. The
as you told, the first text that mentions this is not Tajik Neelakanthi.
Yeah, as far as I know. As far as I know, the oldest text that speaks about Varga Chakra is Tajik Neelakanthi. So, this is a tradition that came from Tajik system to India and became popular. Of course, Tajik system belongs to Tajikistan and Afghanistan, and from there it entered India. So, that system belongs to them, and so I am not against the use of Varga Chakras, but I am against the statement that sages spoke about Varga Chakras.
This complete session will be on the divisional charts. Okay, so let me come to my next question. So, sir, here we come to the question that this is only the author of Tajik Neelakanthi that mentions Varga as a chakras. Our sages have not mentioned Varga as a chakra. They mentioned Varga as a part only.
Yeah,
Division only.
They are always speaking about one planet
in one
division.
So basically, in traditional astrology, there is no conjunction in divisional charts.
No.
Conjunction in divisional charts.
No. There is not even divisional charts.
There is no house lordship in divisional chart. There is only a Rasi placement that have to be taken back to the demon chart.
Bit different.
Yeah. So please give the example of that bit different thing.
See, there is only one chart. There are no hundreds of charts. There is only one chart, which is the natal chart.
Yeah, Rashtrika.
Which is real.
Yeah.
Okay. To have more clarity on that position of planets only, divisions are used.
Yes.
Okay. So, if somebody asks, Sun is placed in Aries, and in Aries where? Oh, it is in first Hora. In first Hora where? Oh, that is in first Drekana. In first Drekana where? In third Navamsha. So, like that, to pinpoint the position of Sun within Aries only, the Amsha is used. Similar everywhere. Now, how to predict with
this information?
Now, to predict with this information, you should know that in traditional astrology, three things are used in an interchanging manner. One is placement, or sthiti, or you can call yoga. Then second is drishti. Third is amsha. Drishtya yoga bhalam vachyam yoge drishti bhalam tatha. Yoga here means yuti. Placement in the same house. Yoge drishti bhalam vachyam drishtya yoga bhalam tatha. This is the traditional statement. This is mentioned it by Brihajadaga and several other things as well, the same meaning. So you can always interchange drishti and
conjunction.
In the same way, in the last part of last sloka of Brihajadaga on Drishti chapter, it is says that you can interchange the result told for Amsha and Drishti. So
conjunction as well, because drishti
No,
is
in
interchangeable.
the last part of Drishti chapter, it is told that you can interchange Drishti and Amsha result.
Okay.
In other place, it is mentioned that you can interchange conjunction and Drishti result. So, in short, it becomes evident that you can exchange result told for, interchange and exchange result told for.
All three of them.
Drishti, Sthiti, and Amsha.
I'm sure.
Okay. Now, how will you tell result for a mass in a human Navamsha? Let us assume.
Mars in human Navamsha.
In human Navamsha.
Take for example, this Mars is in Libra.
Mars in Libra.
Yes.
Now it's fourth. It's in fifth house. Let's take more better example. Let us take that Scorpio is the Lagna.
Okay.
If Scorpio is the Lagna and Mars is in fourth in human sign, which will come to Aquarius.
Yeah.
For the placement of Mars in Aquarius, the result generally told in Brihajataka is Dukkharko Vidhanodanonas Tishnascha Kumbhastide. Dukkharko Vidhanodanonadaradi Tishnascha Kumbhastide. If he would be sad, that he will ascribe to his mother. Dukkharko Vidhano means unwealthy, born in a not that wealthy family. Dukkharko Vidhanod, another he would be interested in doing papas, papakarma.
Yeah.
Tikshna, he would be Tikshna. This is the general result.
Yeah.
But there are other results told in Brihajataka as well. Nralagnagam Preshi Pujashmashani. If a human sign is the sign under consideration
Yeah.
and Mars is there,
Yeah.
that indicates a smashana place where cremation of a human being had happened.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the smashana place. Now, if assume that Mars is not there,
Yeah.
instead assume that Mars Navamsha is there in fourth house.
Yeah. When Sir is telling Mars Navamsha is in the fourth house, it is Mars is in Aquarius. Okay.
Mars
Is in Aquarius.
Navamsha is in
Aquarius.
yeah, let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
We to understand the application of Navamsha or for any Vargas,
Yeah.
we always use a multi-chart view that what is it? Multi-chart view, right? Jehovah, like same way.
I will not take the example of Jivara. I will say the Lagna remains the same of the Rashi chart.
Yeah, we write the Navamsha outside the Rashi Chakra.
Okay.
We write the Navamsha of all the planet
Out of the Rashi Chakra.
outside the Rashi Chakra.
Yeah.
So Lagna, we consider the Lagna in the Rashi chart itself.
Mm-hmm.
And from there on the fourth house in the Aquarius outside we have written Mars, assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the same results that is told for Mars in Aquarius, we can told for Mars Navamsha in Aquarius as well. So we will say that from natal Lagna,
Yeah.
Mars Navamsha is in the fourth house
Yeah.
and also that it is in a human sign.
Yeah.
And because of that,
Yeah.
we can say that in the west part of the place, west house portion,
Why West?
house because the fourth house indicates that land property and house.
Yeah. Why West? Why West?
West because Aquarius indicates Capricorn and Aquarius indicates west direction.
How do
Sorry.
you know?
Sorry, not northwest, mistake, north direction.
No direction.
Okay, because
So
this
for those who are viewing the video, here for directions we use the South Indian chart.
any chart you use,
No, normally people use North Indian chart. That is wrong.
no, any chart you use, this Aries and Taurus indicates east. This Gemini indicates southeast.
Yeah.
This Cancer and Leo indicates south.
Virgo
Virgo indicates southwest, and Libra and Scorpio indicates west. Sagittarius indicates
Northwest,
northwest, and Capricorn and Aquarius indicates
South,
north.
North. Sorry,
North.
Yeah.
And Pisces indicate northeast.
So there is a bit doubt. What?
Now let me clarify this point, then you ask.
Yeah.
So if Aquarius, Mars Navamsha is in Aquarius,
Yeah.
we will say that, assume that we are conducting prasna in a temple or in a house,
Yeah.
and example like action Ashtamangal prasna. So Mars Navamsa is in Aquarius in 4th house.
Yeah.
So in that land property,
Uh-huh.
there also in the north direction of the land property,
Yeah.
just beyond the boundary or within that boundary, there will be a cremation place where a human being
Is
might
cremated.
have got cremated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So actually the result is told for Mars and human sign,
Yeah.
but the same result we can tell for Mars Navamsha in human sign as well.
Yeah.
So this is an example. In this way, you can use Navamsa. Or take another example.
Yeah.
If there is in 7th house a benefic planet is there
Yeah.
for a lady,
Yeah.
his hip area would
Yeah.
be beautiful.
Yeah. Broad and beautiful.
Yeah, broad and beautiful.
Yeah.
And the same also can be told that if there is a beneficial Navamsa, like a Venus or Jupiter
A
Navamsa is
beneficial
falling in.
planet in the same Rashi that falls in the 7th house in D1 chart in Navamsha is what Sir call as a benefic Navamsha.
Yeah, and there also the same is told in Brihajataka as well.
Yes.
So this is the way in which house the Navamsa falls, in which sign the Navamsa falls. Based on that, the results are told. And also in that Navamsa conjunction of within Navamsa is happening or not, that is also considered. Because assume that this Venus
Yes.
and Mars is in the same Navamsa.
Yeah.
Okay, in this case, assume that in the 4th Navamsa.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, whatever result is told for Go Mallo, if Mars is with Venus, go here result told is he would be Malla, means fighter,
Yeah.
Parivadrida, interest in other woman,
Yeah.
and smart. So those results can be ascribed in Navamsa as well. So conjunction in Navamsa is acceptable. But Drishti in Navamsa is not accepted because Navamsa is something virtual, not real.
Yes.
Okay. Individual Amsas is acceptable. Only one chart is there, which is Rashi chart. And on top of Rashi chart, if you want to study any Varga, any Amsa,
Yeah.
that is superimposed on top of Rashi chart and then predicted. That is the system used in Kerala.
And that is the system used by sages as
That
well.
is the system used by the sages.
Because Kerala is a living tradition of the sages.
Yes.
What I wanted to clarify is that some fake gurus who run fake courses will teach you that Aries is the east direction and trine to that is Sagittarius, and Leo is also the east direction. So this trine indicating the direction that is based on the Kendras of the North Indian chart is not to be used. Many people teach
not
this.
that. That's in several places.
Not to be used in this system. in
Though
this system.
Konagada, Dimurdaya and all such rules are, several rules are told in Dashatyaya, etc. But those rules should be used in specific scenarios which is mentioned there. Not
Until
in
and unless a specific scenario occurs,
Yes,
only
yes.
this direction is
yes,
to
yes,
be used.
Yes. Apart from all the other scenarios, generally speaking, what are the directions indicated by these signs? These are the this general normal boom chakra is considered.
What nowadays fake teachers do, they ignore this Bhumi chakra altogether because they don't know the concept and use the trine direction everywhere. That is a erroneous practice.
Yeah.
After this, we come to a question. The question is, suppose there is a this Navamsha superimposing over the Rashi can be used to see the results of those houses which are empty. Right? Like if there is no planet in the 9th house, but a planet in the same Rashi in Navamsha that falls in the 9th house, then we can take the planet in the Navamsha in the...
As if it is in that house and tell the result for the same and it will come true.
Yeah. Now the thing is, the lordship of the planet from the D1 Lagna can also be considered or not. Like suppose for
What do
this...
you mean by D1 Lagna? That is Rashi chart you mean?
Yeah, that is the Rashi chart that I mean. For
Okay.
people I am using it as D1 Lagna, otherwise they will get confused if I talk about Rashi, because what we will understand from Rashi is a sign, and what we tell as Rashi is the D1 chart. So my question was to simplify it. Suppose there is Venus in the ninth house. Okay. That means Venus is in Libra Navamsha. Okay, Venus is in.
Which is the Lagna?
Venus is in the Libra Navamsha.
Which is the Lagna? Let's start from the Rashi chart you are speaking. Which is the Lagna and where Venus is placed?
Lagna is Scorpio.
Scorpio Lagna.
Venus is in Libra.
Venus is in Libra. Okay, which means Venus is placed in 12th house from Lagna. You said Scorpio is the Lagna.
No. Aquarius is the Lagna, sorry.
Okay. Aquarius is the Lagna. And Venus in 9th house.
Venus is in the 9th house. I am taking a hypothetical example. It is not an original horoscope. Okay. Because sir don't see horoscopes, so I am not giving a real horoscope. Sir is only into Astamangala Prashna. Okay. That also he don't do for individuals. He only does for temples. Okay. So here the 9th house is empty in the Rashi chart. Okay.
9th house is empty and Venus
in
Navamsha is
the
there.
chart, Venus Navamsha is there. Now, in this Lagna, Venus is also the lord of the second house. Okay?
No.
Venus is the lord of the second house in Aquarius ascendant. Sorry, fourth house in the Aquarius ascendant as well.
Fourth house, okay.
Venus is the lord of the fourth house as well. So, while telling the result of Venus in ninth house, can we also take in consideration its lordship of the second house?
Fourth.
Sorry, fourth house. I am getting confused.
Okay.
So, can we also take its lordship of the fourth house as well?
Yeah, that is there, of course. For example, Venus in Om Navamsha indicates Annapurneshwari, Lakshmi, Yakshiva, Bhrigunandana. Venus indicates gods like Annapurneshwari, Yakshi, Lakshmi, etc.
Yeah.
Now, if it is an Ashtamangala Prasna, this fourth house indicates Upadevatas.
Yeah.
Okay, so fourth lord Venus roaming into Navamsha in a ninth house.
Yeah.
Okay, which again is led to Upasanam, etc. This nine Dharmadevasthana and all that.
Yeah.
So it's fourth lord in Navamsha. We said that in his fourth is Dharmadeva. So we say that in that temple there is some worship of either Annapurneshwari, Lakshmi, Yakshi, on one of these things.
Yeah.
On that we will further on Ditra Samadha, basic taking other consideration as well, we will emphasize it, which one.
Yeah.
So that, for example, let us take that it is Annapurneshwari.
Yeah.
Okay, with that in that temple there is some subdeity. Why subdeity? It's because fourth house related. Upadevatas are told because based on fourth house.
Yeah.
So that such an Upadevata is also there. So one result. There can be, based on the single placement itself, there are multitude of results that one can see.
Yes.
The point is that now this Venus is the lord of fourth house and Venus is the lord of ninth house for Aquarius Lagna,
Yeah.
and its Navamsha is in ninth house. Altogether, all these things can be considered, no issue at all.
Now, suppose if there is a planet in Libra, in Rashi chart as well, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Then we have to consider it as a conjunction of
Yeah, you
Venus
can.
and that planet.
You can.
So this is the Vedic, this is the way to predict using divisional horoscopes that the sages recommended.
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to the Chakratin. As we already
See, what is the use of this kind of predictions?
yeah.
This kind of the primary benefit of this kind of prediction is that you can learn a little
Yeah.
and apply it. You can learn a bit and apply it in numerous places,
Yeah.
and the prediction will come right.
Yeah.
To give an example, if let's take our previous example itself, where its Mars Navamsha is in a human sign.
Yes.
Okay, Mars Navamsha is in a human sign. You told that it is cremation ground for humans.
Yeah.
Mars Navamsha is a Chatushpad sign. Then you can say that
Cremation ground for animals.
cremation of animals.
Yeah.
And Mars Navamsha is in Aquarius. You can say that it is the cremation of a dog. Example, because Chandala and Shwa is indicated by the Capricorn sign as well. So Saturn is the significant for the same.
Yeah.
So you can this one simple small bit of sloga,
Yeah.
which is given as example in Brihajadika, You can apply it in a very variety of situations. You can use it for Mars in a sign,
Yeah.
Mars in a Navamsha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So and or even if Mars aspect. So one same bit of results,
Yeah.
you can use for Sthiti, Drishti and Amsha, which gives you several things to say,
Yeah.
and not only say, that would be right as well. Got the point clear?
This is
So
learn
learn little,
predict too many
predict
things.
more. Because Jyotisham bhalam ardesha bhalardham arambhanam bhavati loke. Tasmat yatnakaram yadesha Jyotisham. Astrology is for prediction.
Yeah.
And put maximum effort to predict results that would be true in experience.
Yes.
Pratyaksham Jyotisham Shastra.
Protection Johnson Shastra. Now, nowadays people make separate divisional charts. That is mentioned by the author. That is mentioned by Nilakantha, the author of Tajik Nilkanthi in his book. But the book considers only 12 divisional charts. That is from D1 to D12. Okay, it also gives us some non-traditional divisional charts, like there is a division named as D6 and D8 and D11 that are not considered in normal astrology, traditional astrology. So
By traditional astrology, when you say, you mean Parashari astrology.
yeah, when I say traditional astrology, it is the Parashari astrology practiced by practiced by because I'm a North Indian. I'm North Indian, so
Okay.
this comes. Okay, and it is for students. When I say traditional astrology, it has many conditions. The thing must be philosophically correct. That is one of the thing, because having a divisional chart such as D8 in a scenario where you already have something named as Ashtaka Varga is entirely faulty according to me. Ashtaka Varga.
That is something different now.
See, names will match.
Okay.
Ashtama Varga and Ashtaka Varga, the names will match.
Okay.
So according to me, there cannot be two different things of the same name. They have to be fundamentally correct. So this is the reason I consider it as a modern interpretation, not as something Vedic.
Yeah, there would be several traditions. Like let's see, tradition we cannot say just blindly say tradition, because see there would be one Brihajataka based Asha tradition. There could be a Tajik tradition. There could be a Ramla tradition. There could be a Yavana tradition. But here we can say that this Kerala and all the other thing is that what flows from Skanda through and all the sages through Brihajataka, and that is what is practiced here. And what is practiced in North India is original Parasara, which later got clubbed with the Shaiva stream of astrology and the Jaimini stream of astrology. And now this Parasvara, 2 or 5 or 6 versions that is available to us doesn't match at all. No, let me complete.
Yeah.
So there are 5-6 Parasvaras actually.
Yeah.
So plus there is a Loma Samhita which differs from the same.
Yeah.
And then there is Jaimini systems which differs from the same. All this become together. We have a corrupted Parasvaravara tradition plus a Loma Samhita tradition which nobody follows.
In North
and
India,
the
there is
Jaimini
no.
tradition.
In North India and in East India, as far as I know, there are no tradition at all.
No, it isn't a Parasari tradition.
If there is a tradition that is only in Kerala and places like Tajikistan and other places where something pure is practiced even till now.
Yeah, unbroken tradition that you can say.
Unbroken traditions are
tradition is there in
At other places, the traditions because
Broken.
see, the thing is, all this Muslim Akraman and all these things, all this Muslim invasion, all these things affected North India heavily.
Yes.
In South India, it affected South India, but to a moderate extent.
Moderate extent.
Not to the extent of North India. All the temples of North India are destroyed. Everything is destroyed. So the knowledge is not supposed to live. So it is very much appreciable to the. It must be appreciated that the North Indian astrologers try to reconstruct the things.
Yes.
Okay, like there are many scholars like Pandit Ramyat Oja, Gopesh Kumar Oja, or you can say any.
Or Acharya Balabhadra, or the Nrsimhadevajna, who and his 25 family members who wrote books, Kamala Gravata, etc., who migrated from Kolagrama to Kashi.
Latest people like the author of Jata Tattvam, he was a North Indian.
Yes.
But their effort in reconstructing the tradition is massive.
Yes.
We North Indians must become aware of what we lost and try to reconstruct the thing. Because what happened with North India was inevitable.
Yes.
But we can do the thing. So that is the reason I differ a bit. Yeah.
See, it's a South India, especially Kerala,
Yeah.
was a pocket which preserved the North Indian tradition, I would say.
Yeah.
Because in the world,
Yes.
there is only one tradition which has got one country which has got unbroken tradition, that is India,
Yeah.
Bharat.
Yes.
And in that Bharat too, from due to the Muslim invasion starting from 9th century AD to 15th century AD,
Yeah.
the astrology and all the other traditional sciences in North India was almost wiped out.
Yeah.
Because
As we were discussing about the Kashmir traditional astrology yesterday.
yes, in Kashmir, that BC 1400, that Legadar, that Ergveda Jyotisha, and then in 10th century we find a Saravali there.
Yeah.
So, and when coming down, we only see that in 12th century in Orissa, Acharya Bellarasena is writing Albudha Sagara, and then we see that in 11th century Shivadi is writing a book.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Bhojaraja, 11th century Madhya Pradesh, Bhojaraja is writing a book.
Yes.
Okay, but then overall that period is almost a dark period due to the Muslim invasion, and then only after around the 15th century when Muslim invasion calmed down.
Was a bit moderate for people. of
Yeah,
the
at that time only when this Rashtrakudas from Maharashtra attacked up to Ganga
Yeah.
and Kashi and reconstructed the Kashi Vishwanath temple and all that. During that period only, people from Golagrama, which is in Maharashtra, like Narasimha Kamalagara Bhatta, etc., migrated to North India.
Yeah.
And reconstruction of the North Indian lost horoscopy happened. And from Andhra, Orissa border only, again this Javanese system and this Parasara Hora
Was
got again reconstructed and got translated into Sanskrit and all that.
Yeah.
But in manuscript libraries, plenty of material is still there. But when this invasion happened, people from there, from North India, ran and they came down
To South India.
to South India. And in South India, to Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu has always some resistance towards this means coming of Sanskrit and all the other things.
The son of egos between two civilizations,
Yeah,
I will say.
yes. And the point is that even Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh faced problems. For example, in Karnataka, that Tipu Sultan was in power, and in Andhra, Nizam came to power. So from there also people, even total of Jain astrology that was present in Karnataka almost vanished.
Yeah.
And people from there, that knowledge from there came to Kerala, and Kerala preserved it. But in Kerala, the tradition, astrological tradition, starts from AD 4th century only,
Yeah.
from the period of Varuchi only.
Yeah.
But from that period till now, it's a living tradition and it's preserved.
As you were telling yesterday, and as you told right now as well, there's a Lagda which comes in some BC 1500 is living in Kashmir. So the astrological tradition in North India was in BCs.
Yes.
The astrological tradition of Kerala is after AD.
Yes.
As we were discussing yesterday, that it was what is the name of the, it was Bhattotpala
Ah.
who made Varamihir what Varamihir is today. To write such an extensive commentary,
Excellent.
he need a huge library.
Yeah.
So huge library was there.
Yes.
Even the name of the libraries that we learn, history, Vikramshila, Takshila, all them are situated in North India.
Yes.
But everything got destroyed. So we North Indians must try to reconstruct the thing. But another thing is this, that the Muslim affected Indians a lot. That North Indians are now almost like ungrateful, and all those things are there. They don't want to work on intellectual things. They just think that following the Western society is modernization.
That is there, not only in North India and South India, also the same thing happens. This is in
But
the
to a
whole of
small
India,
extent, not to
the
the-
whole of Bharat, reconstruction effort should happen. What we have in as printed material today is only something like 5% of the whole material that is available in manuscript libraries and all that.
Yeah.
So there are hundreds of, take single example of Bandara Research Institute.
Yeah.
There you have this Vasishtha Samhita, Garga Samhita, Vishwamitra Samhita, Kashyapa Samhita, and whatnot. A whole lot of Siddhantic text, a whole lot of Hora text, a whole lot of this Samhita text and all that. But none of these texts are available in print.
Yeah.
So what we try to do, and see, when we speak about the tradition, we should know that initially from Vedic period itself, which dates back to BC 3000 or more,
Yeah.
and from that period of Sindhu Saraswati Nagarikata, which dates back to BC 6000 to BC 1800. So that period onwards, the astrology and Vastu, everything might have been there, because the proportions, that Vastu proportions and now modern Vastu proportions are almost the same.
Yes.
So from that period, that knowledge is there, and that Sanskrit knowledge.
Yeah.
Initially that might have been in Brahmi script,
Yeah.
and then came other script like Sharda script, which is of Kashmir,
Yeah.
Siddha script, which is popularized by the Buddhists, and then Grantha script, which was popular in South India, and Nagari script.
Yeah.
So in these scripts help to preserve the ancient Sanskrit knowledge.
Yeah. Sir.
Then one more thing.
Yeah.
So at that time the Sanskrit texts were in these scripts.
Yeah.
Then around the 8th century, 9th century only Devanagari script got invented. And this the whole knowledge which was preserved in this Sharda, Grantha, Siddha, Nagari script got written in Devanagari, especially in North India. Okay.
So before I jump to another very, very engrossing topic, I won't say a question, it will be a long topic. The name of the person is coming into my mind, because see, in divisional charts I have 5 more questions. Okay.